crafty friends. Welcome back to Bella Ann Craft Studio. I want to thank each and every one of you who are supporting me here on this channel. I am really busy in the back scenes, if you will, trying my very best to get this website storefront open and ready for the big launch, if you will. But the website is open, but the storefront portion is not. So bear with me as I continue to work through and get all of those elements together. Now, in today's video, I am going to work on a little bit of an experiment. Some things when I have a question on, I think, let me share it with my crafty friends and see if maybe any of you have come across these same ideas. And if you have experimented with anything or anything that I did not share today, please leave me a comment. I would love to hear your ideas and your thoughts. This is how we creative minds we think. We all share our great ideas to inspire us to make something beautiful. Now, I do have my Cricut Easy Press printing up and heating up, forgive me. I have this, but I'm going to leave this for another time because this right here is a little small for what I need it to do. If I hit the camera, forgive me, I am kind of moving things around over here a little. If you see a little blinking, it's just where I have my Easy Press heating up here, as I can bring that in and show. I can't talk, y'all. Show you if I can do it this way. And there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna move that there. I had thought about nylon is so similar to polyester, as we all know. Sublimation does great on the higher count of polyester, the more detailed your prints will come out in your images. But what if, just what if, we use some of these things that I've gotten at Goodwill and I need to use them? If they work, splendid. If they don't work, at least we know, right? I'm going to move some of this stuff aside here. And this, and I'll just kind of give you a little example of what I have. I have already printed my sublimation images that I have. And these are the A-sub. Okay, upside down, left, right, it doesn't matter because we're going to be putting them out. It's an experiment, okay? Now, these are A-sub sublimation sheets that I'm using here. Let me get the lid for you so you can see. This is the sublimation sheets that I am using and or have used in here, but I did an experiment with cardstock and it worked. I'm like, it's the ink that it goes on, but I want to share those things with you. So when we move forward and we start making the journals, and these are things that we can refer back to whenever we want to put those beautiful elements in the journals. And I will be making more journals here very soon. So hang in with me. So, okay. So moving all those aside, I got my prints. This right here, let me share this with you. Let me find the packaging here. Hang in. This right here is craft felt. I got this, I believe, either at the Goodwill or I got it at the Dollar Tree. I can't remember which. But I have these and I need to use them, but I thought I had a white sheet that I can experiment with, and I want to try that. Turning it sideways now, and I could use them for tags, just different, really cute elements. And I like to experiment. This is the designer in me, if you will. I like to look at things, can I do something else with what that was intended for? So, okay, so I'm going to move some of these aside here. And let me see if I can't. Now this one, when I first got my sublimation printer, it is an Epson EcoTank, and it's not a it wasn't made for sublimation, but I converted it to a sublimation printer. Okay. Having said all, I was just kind of figuring it out, see how it was supposed to go. And I did not reverse the lettering, but that's okay because I can use these to test things out, not lost at all. All right. Um, we were working on a lot of different fabrics and printing them, and this is part of that where we can take these things and see if they work. So whenever I start doing journals, we can refer back to, oh, we've done that, and utilizing what works and doesn't work in our journals. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead, and these were some tags that I had created, prints, and of course they're not all lost because they needed to be reversed. Okay. But I didn't do that, but I'm going to use this as an experiment sheet so I don't lose everything of what I did. Some of my prints that I'm doing here, we'll be doing some of those, just some experimental things. Okay, this is my part of my digital kit that I'm working on. This is a cardstock sheet, a single cardstock. Okay, if I can talk correctly. I printed it through, I went it through, ran it through my sublimation printer. It printed out perfectly. It wasn't on a sublimation sheet as this was. Okay. So this was, you can see, this is an A sub as I showed you previously, and this is cardstock. It's still printed out, and as a test, what I did then is just quickly laid this on top of this old canvas that I took the frame out from the Dollar Tree. I used the frame to make a frame for making homemade paper, and I will be selling handmade paper on the website. But I had this canvas then where I did not want it to go to waste. I just don't want to waste things, right? I took just a little heat on the back portion of the canvas. This right here then is the back, and I felt like there's a film on that. Well, this right here is the front part. When you buy it, it's facing up. Now, I took the cardstock image that I did then, and I laid it down on top, and I got a little corner, and this is what I got. And I thought, oh, this works in a pinch. It's not going to be the 100%, but you can see if you're in a pinch and you're doing junk journals and you want that vintage vibe going on, this will work. Okay. So some of these things I want to offer when I am getting ready, when I do get ready, if I may correct myself, get myself ready to launch the storefront on the website, which the website is open in the link. There is a link in the description box below. And therefore, I will be offering digital kits, as well as if you don't want to print them out and you would prefer to buy that same kit already printed out on a substrate, what have you, I will have that service available for you as well. So stay tuned to that. Make sure you are subscribing on the website to get notified via email whenever I do send those notifications for launch, because my subscribers will get first notification before I go out public with it. Okay. Now, with that being said, then I thought, well, let me go ahead and see if that worked with just plain cardstock. I have then a sublimation sheet that I printed out and I made some tags. Okay, little buttons, and I thought, what a cute idea. This one's kind of cut off, but it all an experiment, right? If I subliminate on the canvas, take the canvas and make buttons, faux buttons for the journals, what a great idea. That's what I want to do. All right. So here then I'm moving things aside. Okay. Now, this right here is a liner from an old curtain that it's from pleated curtains that's been given to me ages ago. And these curtains, I just keep them and I don't want to hoard anything. I thought I have I think this would work. This is the kind of like a cottony feel. It would work. If it doesn't work to subliminate on, I can take whatever I'm working with on the paper or what have you that um like this one I ran out of ink on my inkjet printer, but take something like this and with the different experiments that I did before then, utilize these materials and create something beautiful. Use what you have. And here's something else that I did, just an experiment as well, where you could put that on there. So these are some things I've been playing around with. And of course, I have a job and I have other things to do. And so it takes time to do things like this. All right. But anyhow, this one is the lining because the way that pleated curtains work is you have the printed side, okay, the upholstery fabric or what have you. Then you have this. Some have them and some don't. They have this cottony kind of felty kind of it's I wouldn't say cottony, but I'd say kind of a felty material there. And what I've done then is I took a little piece and I just cut it to see if it would work. Okay? And then I'm going to try my best to put the prints I have on this to see if it works, and we're going to find out together. All right? Same with this one. This is the backer lining of the curtain, which I know that some of those my iron's ready. It's blinking at me. So this then I have taken a piece of this as well, and I'm wanting to open this up as we're talking here. And this is the hem right here at the bottom. I just took a little bit, and not this side, that's the inside, but I want to do this side. I'm going to experiment what works, right? And let me see if I can't open this here. I pray each and every one of you have been doing well, have had a wonderful 4th of July with your family and your friends, and the Lord is blessing you. For any of you that do not know, I am a ordained minister, and I am working even that on that as well. So lots to do. If in an event I don't have a video for you here at Bell Ann Craft Studio, go look at the YouTube channel I have for my ministry over there. I don't have a building as of now, but we preach Christ crucified wherever the Lord has for us. That's where my platform is, and that's where I will preach the gospel. Many don't want that, and that's sad, but God gave a way back to Him because it was Him that created all things in heaven and earth for His good pleasure. And Satan will do his very best to con people out of that. So if you'd like to go and hear what is being done over at Back to the Cross Discipleship Group and Bible Study, feel free. And I do leave that in the description box below as well. All right. So let me go ahead, and this one has my little ironing board. It has, I'm going to turn it, it has little feet on it, but I'm going to leave them flat because of the positioning of my, I'm going to put this here. I put this here, excuse me, I put this here because I don't want whatever I'm subliminating get on the board, and the board helps to keep from the craft mat to get warped. Okay, I'm gonna get comfy here. I have my coffee sitting behind me. Of course, some may know that we don't put water around sublimation sheets. It will wash off. Let me take a drink. Hold on. That's yummy. Okay, so I moved that behind me. And I have a lot of different fabrics behind me, but we're going to work on those. And I did some dyeing for that. I got the avocado skins and I dyed them, and I did those. I'll show those to you real quick if I can. I did these a few years ago. I pulled them out. It's time to get these stash ready to do stuff with them. And these were already printed. I just dyed them in the avocado skin with the pit, and this beautiful color is what I got. And these are just napkins I got at Goodwill. Okay, but we're going to turn them into loveliness. This was an old sheet. You can find all kinds of stuff. I have a t-shirt that I dyed, and we can try to do something with those. So these are things to look forward to here, coming in future videos. But let's go ahead. Time is of the essence, and let's get busy. So therefore, this one we know is the front because I just took out that hem, and I want to press this, okay? And it did turn off, but it's still hot enough where I can press this. Turn that back on. So what I sublimate mine on is 400 at 60 minutes, okay? I'm going to give this a good press, right? Let that go ahead and heat up. This is the front right here. And go ahead and get it. A little wrinkles doesn't hurt it, but you know, with the creases and stuff, we want it to kind of look tidy, right? Okay. Alrighty. And I'm going to go ahead, and I have some parchment paper. I'm going to put some parchment paper under the bottom, right, like so. Doesn't matter which way it goes. I'm kind of taking, make sure I'm in frame where y'all can see me. Alrighty. And let's do this here. I've got my parchment paper here. Let's grab a print. How about, let's do these vintage frames here. Let's do these. I'm going to turn this down, sublimation side down. See if I can get the most of that. Let's do it. I have to do it this way then, I guess. Trying to get all of that in there. I'll have to do it like this right here, which is fine. And then I need another piece of parchment. Go on top. I got a spread. If you only could see my office / craft room. All right. Because that's rolled, I'm going to turn it this way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this up. I'm going to hit the button and I'm going to hold it still for 60 seconds. And let's see if this works. You really don't want to move it much. I don't have a press at the moment. So, and I give it a little pressure. I'm not like pushing it down. I'm currently still in the stages of remodeling my home. Hence the reason why my lights blink whenever I have this in my sewing room. Then I don't have that issue. But back here in my office, I do. I redid the electrical in my living room. I still have to finish the walls there so it doesn't blink as bad, but we're going to be okay. All right, lifting straight up. As you can see, it covered all that. Now we're moving forward, hitting the button again, 60 seconds. I think we have 30 subscribers on this new channel. I thank the Lord for each and every one of you coming and stopping by. And I kind of figured that it would come this way, and there are spammers and people that don't mean no good. So if I try to be cautious about who gets to comment and then the comments below in the show notes. So if there's ever anyone reach out to you and they say they're me, they're a liar, because no, I will not do that. You want to reach out to me, you're more than welcome. I leave a little space for you, or even there we go, a little chat box on the website. So you can reach out to me directly, and I do get them. All right, grand reveal. Let's see how this looks. Okay, it has, just because of my easy press, this is what I have, and this is what I'll use. Oh, wow, how pretty. And this is what it looks like when it's done. But I want to keep this. Yes, I do. I don't want to discard this sheet, this sublimation sheet, because in future videos, I'm going to make master boards out of these. And with the images that are there, it's going to come through, and we're going to work on those. So I'll stick that aside. Pretty. Let me turn this around, friends. Look how pretty. That right there is a journal cover. That works. So this liner, if you go to the Goodwill or any like op shops or anything in your country, where you're at, get you some old curtain material and any kind of upholstery material. And this has like a little, it's not white, but it has like an old vintagey look. So yes, this works. Awesome. I'm I'm very pleased with that. Okay. So I can move this along, and it does have that on the back. Kind of rolled there. Let's turn it over right there. Let's do another one, shall we? I'm pretty excited about that, my friends. This one's kind of small, isn't it? Let me put this one on the bottom so I can see. Sorry, guys. I can get more out of the space I'm working with. Okay, another one. Let's grab the ones I intended for tags. How about that? And go ahead and if I'm not completely on there, I apologize. Okay. Or I want to save this one for tags, y'all, because I feel like I want to try this. Or no, we'll do this. I can print another one. I have one ready in the printer, ready to go. Haven't grabbed it yet. Okay, turn it that way. And we're going to go 60 seconds on the timer and move forward. Hopefully, Lord bless, I can get a one of those table presses pretty soon. But hey, beginning a new business, and it gets kind of expensive. You can't buy what you don't got. So, and I work too, so trying to get it all together, y'all. Y'all pray for me. If you're praying people, I covet your prayers. I do. So, as much as possible, try not to move these, but that really did turn out. And when I started doing sublimation, I would look at, let me get this right here, how crisp those prints were on an inkjet, but they're not like that when it comes to sublimation ink. So just be mindful of that. Okay, lifting straight up, moving over. Okay, and I'm here. If y'all can't see it, please forgive me. I made a board for my quilting, and I will be offering workshops for quilting. Um, so many workshops on Patreon, and it is coming. So bear with me. When you're a one woman band, you do what you have to do, right? Okay. I don't know how much y'all can see. You can see a little looking at the computer there, but just hang in there. It's going to be great. So these I will be offering um, in kits and different things. I do crochet, as I've mentioned, and having crochet doilies available for you all. I will be offering those as well. So stay tuned. Okay, now let's see what this looks like since it did good with the other one. Look at that. Can y'all see this? Oh, how pretty. Can you see that? Look how pretty that vibrant that came in. All right. All right, so that worked. The outside liner, remember, you have your printed side of your curtain, your drapes, okay? They're pleated curtains. And then the inside was that cotton fabric, okay? We're going to be doing that next. Then you had this one on the outside. This one is what I just printed on. Super. I'm going to let that kind of sit over here a little bit. Let it cool a little while. All right. Next is bear with me, is okay, hold on. I got little stray fuzzies. Let me see which one. This one's on the inside. I know that for a fact because that's where it was folded. So I want this portion right here. Any of these. If you have, just for the record, if you know of or have seen anyone take a fabric and put it through the sublimation printer and print directly on that, let me know. Leave me a comment. I'd be interested in hearing that. Okay? So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to find the spot where I want to. Now, of course, this is just an experiment. We have a little tear, but that's okay. I'm going to turn this way, I think. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and iron my fabric here. Kind of get it where I want it to be. Lay flat. When before I had got sick, many years ago, if I hit the camera, I'm sorry. I did custom designing, and I did curtains. is where I'm getting at. With the curtains then, make sure I want that there. That has a little discoloration. That's okay. I'm going to move this over here because it seemed like that'll work. But anyway, I used to make curtains. I want to use that one print for that. Okay, hold on. How about, I want something with a deep print. How about these roses? Okay, these are my prints I'll have on the website here. I think that would work. I went the other way, but can I turn it this way? What I'm trying to do is get the most out of the print here. Hold on, because I'm not going to get all of that. I just literally went in and I snip, got a little piece of it. Okay. Then lay this down and grab my press here and hit the button for 60 seconds. I don't know if y'all can see let me turn around and see. Yep, y'all can see that perfectly. Okay. And, oopsie, don't move, Belle. Don't move. Sometimes if you move and wiggle it, it has ghosting. So this is what I'm thinking then. Because the curtain liner works so well, now you know if you're in a Goodwill or a secondhand shop or anything and they have curtains you're not going to use the fabric. Use the fabric. We know that Joann's fabric is no longer in business, but we can make do. People have been making do for ages. And 1 minute, and we're up and over again. 60 seconds on the timer. I can tell that the color did really well because it's really deep. It's not very opaque, but I won't cheat. I won't cheat. But you can make do with what you have, and with the tags and the button images that I have, I want to turn those into buttons to put on journals. So that worked out beautifully. I'm just so pleased with that. So 60 seconds is what we have, and I won't peek, I promise. If it's 100% polyester, it will turn out as good and vibrant as the last one that we just did. But if it has cotton or anything else in it, then not so much. It won't be as vibrant. Okay, here we go. Pulling the parchment paper. It is super hot. Oopsie, that is hot. I just said that. Pretty. Oh my goodness. Look how vibrant that is. And see, you can see a little ghosting there, but that's okay. Keep these sheets. We're going to use those again. But you see how this is. Without getting burnt, it is very hot. I don't know if you can see that. Because of the felting on it. Now, what would I use this for? I would use it for buttons, journal covers, tags. You can, the sky's the limit. If you have a great big imagination like I do, a creative mind knows exactly what to make with these. So, I don't know that I have enough fabric over here, but we're going to give it a try. I have so many prints, friends. I don't think, let me see, because that's hot then, I don't think it's going to completely fit on there, but that's okay. I just kind of snipped it. Okay, this was a win. This one worked. And that again, Let me give you a little vintage here. This was the felt lining, if you will, that was that sandwiched in between the curtain. And this is the outside of the curtain. Okay. So this worked out beautifully. Okay. So you can see here, and these are my images. I will be having them over on the digital page, Belle's Digital Creations, and right here. Super. Let's move those aside. Those two worked beautifully. All right. Now, the next one that I'm super curious about is what I had started with. And again, this is just an experiment. These are canvas fabrics where one side I want to try both sides. Now, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be, 100%, but I want to try it. And I want to try it with the cardstock that I printed in my Sublimation printer. Now, this is Sublimation ink, but it is not Sublimation paper, okay, as this one is, as you can see. That's cardstock. This is Sublimation paper. All right. What's our time looking like? Oh, we're looking good. All right. I'm having fun, y'all. I hope you're having fun watching me. Okay, so basically, let me see if I can kind of put it where I had it before. One side then is so when you have the frame, let me give a little example here. When you have the wood frame, you go to buy these frames. I got this, like I said, at the Dollar Tree, where the frame and the wood and this was stapled on, and I took the staples off and I turned that frame into a frame to do handmade papers. But I kept the canvas, right? So one side, as you can see here, has that opaqueness, and the other side then has kind of like a film or something on it. And it seemed like it did a lot better, but this one didn't do so well, but it has that vintagey look, and I like that. So we're going to do this side then, which I know for a fact that this is the side where the little baby was because of this and this. So I'm going to do my very best to kind of size that up if I can. If I can't, no worries. Again, these are just experiments, right? If it smears, it's fine. But approximately so we can get that on there and work it out. All right, then. So I'm going to get another parchment because I feel like this is a little small. Let me grab another parchment here. That should be sufficient. Perfect. Okay. And then I need a new office chair. I keep sliding in my sliding down, y'all. Okay. Get that on there. And that's just protection for whatever I have for the paper, for the substrate. Let me make sure I'm on there. I'm not. So I'm going to scooch it over here. So I'm on the wood. But I mentioned, if I can finish my sentence, I made a board for my quilting, and I use this then for these kind of projects, but I'm thinking of making one for the same size as my Cricut Easy Press mat. That way it doesn't come off the side, if you will. Okay. All right, here we go. 60 seconds on the clock. Let's see how that one does. Oh, I'm so pleased. And sometimes I really sit and I think about these things. If I'm mowing my yard, what do? I think of things that I can do. And when I find these things that I've never seen anybody else do, I want to share it with y'all. Now, bear in mind with nylon then, we're fixing to play with some nylon ribbon as an experiment now. If you use nylon, you need to adjust or don't put so much time on the timer for whenever you iron it, because nylon will melt quicker than polyester. Okay, we're lifting up, going forward, hitting the I was going to say hit the bell. We're hitting the timer, and I won't cheat. I won't peek. I promise. While this is doing that, I want to share with you what I did previously. This was a just an old sheet. It's a cotton sheet, but I did do a design on that, and then I took the adhesive and I put it. If I can think about it, I can't think about it, y'all. But I kind of did a little design right there. That's not done yet. But this is a pot holder. But if you make these, then you don't. This one I pulled up to show what I've done. But you want to be able to sew them down, as these type of pot holders at the Dollar Tree did not work too well. All right. And we're going to try this out here. Okay. This is not sublimation paper. This is cardstock. See if we can use this in a pinch. All right. It looked like it didn't go through on the parchment. What? Look at that. Look how that's cool. That right there is cardstock. We're going to keep these because you can make something because it's cardstock. Because it had the ink, I wanted to try that. Now, with that being said, then I'm going to move these side by side so we can see this. I've got another one here. This canvas right here had this, I know it's some kind of film or paint or something on it. That's what I put this on this side. But if you really wanted to make this vintagey, and the purpose that I did these for would be to make journaling cards. But I thought, what would it look like if I put it on a canvas or some kind of substrate to give it a little bit, maybe turn something like this into a feature on the front of a journal cover. A journal cover. I'll get that out in a minute. So if I was going to do this, then I would need to deepen the colors that are on the page just a little bit. Give it more saturation, if you will. So this turned out really, really, really good. So if I wanted to take this, I can just go ahead, use this in a feature, a journal, which I will do. Okay? So this one worked pretty well, but not as well as the 100% polyester. And I know that's 100% polyester because that's the vibrant print that you'll get from those. Okay? Now, I'm going to move this aside. Okay? Actually, I'm going to turn it over. Well, no, look at this. It did it on the other side too. I have a different idea with this. Why not laminate this? Wait for that. All right. It did it on the other side. Save your cardstock. We're going to do that. And I have another one, which I'm not going to put it on the white portion. I'm going to put it on the canvas portion. Okay. Let me find another, something like has deep color. Let me pull these in real quick. Let's see. I like these, but I think with the yellow it would kind of be lost. Now this is vibrant right here, this beautiful one. I like this right here. Let's do this black one. How about that? Yeah, there's so many really vibrant, deep ones. Now with these were just experiments as I was learning my sublimation printer, but these are my prints that I have. So what I am going to do then is I'm going to turn it sideways and put that like that. And whenever I get these on the website ready for y'all to purchase, they will be in the orientation where you can use them on your projects. For example, you'll like we did with this one. This is a 8.5 by 11 cardstock sheet. I just turned it around so it's oriented in a 11.0 by 8.5. Okay, and you can cut them in half or whatever the project you're working on. All right, here we go. First one down. All right, and I'm holding. Let's see. So we did with the other one, we did it this one is the canvas side that we're doing now. This one had the white portion. Because you can see, I wouldn't call it a fail. I call it a success because you can turn it into other things. You can take something like this and turn them into tags. Even though this was supposed to be for journaling spots, does it have to be? You can take something like this and you can make it your own. Okay? Make it your own. That's the idea behind the digitals that I'm creating. And these are the baby themed. Okay? Hold on. Okay. Lifting up, going over. Now look at here. You see how well that did? And this one's opaque. You can't see it. It's white. So you know that ink went right through it. I will not. I will look with you. I won't peek, I promise. But I did some tissue paper. I will try my best to find. I should have brought. They're in my sewing room in the other room, and I did. Wait a minute. I think I have them over here. Hold on. Wait till the timer's over. I'll share with you what I did. I did some tissue paper. They turned out really nice. So even though if you subliminate on tissue paper, even on things like parchment paper and stuff, don't be discouraged if it's not deep and vibrant as the one I mentioned earlier, like this one. Okay, inkjet had a little bit more saturation, but you want to remember on the substrate you're using it on doesn't receive the ink as well as 100% polyester. All right. Okay, so big reveal. I want to put that because that's hot. And this is hot, friends. Very, very hot. Give a minute. It is hot. Be careful if you're trying this. It turned out cute. Oh, look at that. Even now, there's might be some ink left on there. Don't worry about that. But I say it's a success. Look at that. That to me looks vintage, even on the other side. Then, okay, I think that's fine. It looked like it had a little bit more here than up here, as I may have been pressing on this side. But if you have a heat press, not like the only one that I have is a Cricut Easy Press, you might get a little bit more better results. But this right here to me looks vintage. And if I choose to get some script and put it on top of that and maybe Mod Podge over this, the things you can do, you won't even realize. So what I do, use that side or would I use this side, depending on the project that I'm using. Seem like this little filmy side underneath the canvas seemed to have some kind of a coating on it that received the ink for the sublimation ink better than the other side, which it might be mixed with cotton and other things. But whatever you're using, you can surely make it work. So with that being said, then we can see even here, this one had the back underside of the canvas, and it worked out pretty well. This is the top portion. So these two are the top on top of the canvas. When you purchase it, you see the top part. And it has a vintagey faded look, and I like that. And then we're going to flip them both over, okay? And it just seems like it has some type of coating on there that received the ink better. So just whatever you plan to do, you have something that you can experiment on your projects as well. All right. So I'm moving those aside here. And I am going for, where's it at? The felt. Let's try the felt. So the felt then, because it's white, let's try a deep color. Let's find a deep, what do we say? There's so many pretty ones in here. I think this would be cute too. We've done the black, and there were lines in it, and I was cleaning my sublimation printer. So make sure you're printing often, because yeah, if not, you have the lines, but that's why I use these for experiments. Let me look at, I've got so many over here, my friends. Got this one. I think I chose this one. This one has polka dots in it, but I think it would get lost in the felt. So let's see. Oh, that's pretty. So many. So here's another one I have for these are doubles right here. Don't want to lay them on the heat because they transfer, and I didn't intend for that. These are doubles. That one's this one. I like that purple though. You know what? I was going to do this one, but I really like that purple. Ooh, look at that one. So many big decisions. I'm just saying. That's pretty. I don't know. Purple, I think winning. Are y'all hollering purple out there, or is it just me? So here's a prayer journal. It's part of the journals I'm created on the website, and this one's an experiment because I didn't reverse this was sublimation. This one too is an experiment. I didn't reverse the wording. I think purple. Okay, I'm going in. I'm doing purple because we can play with these. I've got all of these that I played with. We can work on those. Alrighty, go ahead and. Now I know for a fact this felt, okay, crafting felt is 100% polyester. Let me lay this here. Let me grab the packaging and show you. You go anywhere in the crafting area, always look for 100% polyester fiber. Okay, so this is something I like buying stuff like this because it's made from recycled material. So we're using recycled material. Okay, let me make sure I got that on fairly straight. All right, first side down, I'm going to be very cautious. When I push, I'm going to make sure I have even pressure. And let me see. I feel like I got even pressure on there, friends. And I don't know if y'all can see that. I've got my hand over top of it for even pressure. And again, I'm not putting a lot of force on it, but enough. It's kind of like a paperweight pressure, like you're just kind of leaning on it, if you will. And again, you see what I see. These are experiments that I wanted to try, and I thought I'd bring you along. And let me know if any one of you out there have laminated fabric. I would love to know in the comments below. All right, friends. Second round, same as the first. All right. So I'm super excited. I want to see what it looks like, and I want to get this nylon ribbon, if I can see without burning everything. Okay. Taking the experiments we've done, and I've even sublimated on paper. Yes, I'll get those out in just a second for you. Get this here. As y'all can see, it's counting down. I'd love to know what kind of crafting favorites you all have. I've heard a few, and I'm really interested. I really like to craft and make things. I'll have on the website, I'll have some t-shirts and all kinds of crafty loveliness up and over. All right. Big reveal. That is hot. It is so hot. Look. Oh my goodness. If you saw how vibrant that color was. This is great because I just showed you it's 100%. Show you again. This is 100%. I don't know if you can see that. 100% polyester fiber. Okay? Make sure you can see that in the camera. You see that right there? 100%. Sorry if it's kind of blurred. Right there. 100% polyester fiber. So, yay! So felt works beautifully. Okay? So, let's recap. Let me see what my time looks like. Oh boy, I got one more to go. Hang with me. So let's recap. This is hot. So let me move this out the way. We have felt, and when it is pressed, it does lay flat, but it's perfect to put like a cover for your journals. I will be making these for my journals. We have canvas, okay, that it went through on both sides, which is fine. Pick what side you want. Depending on your preference, that would work, okay? And also, the same with this one as well. We did both sides. This was pressed on the coating side underneath, which would be fine, and it went all the way through, which is fine also. Now, okay, then we have the lining, curtain drapery lining that goes on the back, the white cream one, depicting on what you're going for, worked perfectly, okay? And it did hold the ink well, okay? And I made a tag set that I will be using in my journals as well. Also, I did the felt lining that was sandwiched between the curtains, which really turned out beautifully. Let me go ahead and fold this in half right here. So it didn't go just like the lining. It didn't go too much on the other side. But to use these in your projects, it's a game changer, friends. It's a game changer. Before we go, let me go ahead and show you the paper I did, and let's do one more experiment. One more, and of course, this is with some nylon ribbon that I got at the Goodwill a few years back. I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece. And, okay. Now, I know chiffon or satin fabrics takes sublimation very well. Then I'm going to pull in, okay, my, let me see if I can. These right here are my little tags. They are backwards. I did not flip them. So I'm going to use that for an experiment, but I'm going to adjust my heat. It's not going to be spiffy. I'm going to pull my other one in. Okay, my other parchment, and let's go ahead and let's see. Let's just push 30 seconds. It may not need to do very much. Let's do a couple of seconds. Let's do 20 on that one. How about that? I want to move it over. I don't know if it's going to work because it is nylon now. I want to see if it takes the sublimation ink nicely. Okay, now it's 390 because when you move your iron a lot, it'll cool down. Let me go up again, and it didn't look like it melted, which is good, and I saw it took the ink. Okay, all right. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to go right in the middle. I'm going to go a couple of more minutes since it was just a small piece. Bear with me here. That's just 10. All right. Let's see what this did. Okay. Oh, it took the ink. Okay. It took the ink. And you can see here, it did. If I wanted to flip that over, I could. So, if, just for the sake of experiment, if I decide to put something like that on a journal, I can flip it over and whatever I have would be on the back. Let me go ahead and just know that the edges did melt a bit. If you ever did like hair ribbon, you kind of didn't want the edges to fray, you would take a cigarette lighter and melt that. So just give you a little kind of a example there. I'm trying to find a piece of white. There we go. Okay, so you can see here it did take a little on that sides because I did move it back and forth. So it's an idea. It is an idea. Before we go, I'm going to show you. Let me pull this in. Bear with me here. Hang in with me. I'm going to show you all that we did today. We did the curtain liner, which is, I'll just fold this right here. Okay, curtain liner on the back of a drapery. We did the inside. Okay, and here's a white. I didn't think of that. Okay, that's not too terrible, is it? Maybe because this one is a little darker. Kind of consider we'll keep experimenting with those. Let's see. We did the inside liner of the curtain. We did the nylon ribbon. This is 100. This is nylon. Let's see. 100%. Yes, you can see here 100% nylon, and right here. Okay. And this is the ribbon that I got from the Goodwill. And then I did the felt, okay, which took that beautifully. I will be using that in my journals. And last but not least, I did the canvas on both sides of the canvas, okay, the image there. Before we go, I want to share with you, I'm going to turn my iron off because we're done with that for the moment. I go to the Goodwill and I find lots of different drapes and curtains and things. You can see here then, this right here, I seen it. It says a 6-piece sheet set, 100% polyester microfiber. Look for those when you go to your good local Goodwill, your op shops, or something wherever is in your local area. Now, I'm going to set this here, and I have this one as well I want to play with in future videos, and this is a curtain as well, but it's gold. I thought maybe I can take something like this then and put like an outlined leaf and maybe use that as a um, a base for embroidery. You just can't really, I mean, there's so many ideas. But let me see if I have the papers then that I sublimated on. Hold that, hold it, hold it, hold it. Let's see. This one I did with another paper. I took the same sublimation paper and I did it twice and it took that. So that's an idea. And I know I have sublimated on more, y'all. I know I did. I printed on them. Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. This then was I'm going to move some of this over here. This was a print that I had on tissue paper. I sublimated on that. If you can see that right there, how pretty that did. So you can make your own custom gift wrap if you choose. Here's another one that I did, and I have a Tupperware box that I use. Here's something that I did as well. Okay. This is sublimated from Sublimation Sheets. Okay. Now, here is a junk mail envelope. I thought, let me try that. Yes, it took it very nicely. And therefore, I can use this in my junk journals. Just the sky's the limit. And let me see. Last but not least, I will be sharing so much more with you. Here's the tissue paper that I did on that last one. I just used it again. And this, my friends, is napkin. This is napkin. Okay? Now, I did take some napkin and we did print on them and here's some that is tissue paper that has some different things I was playing with and other things. And I just want to play with these and I want to laminate on these. So I think on our next video, I am going to take some of these things and I want to laminate on them and see how they turn out. And I wanted to share with you really quick, if you may. I love sharing this stuff. This is the print that we did in our last video. And I sat with my markers and I colored them. And this is made with the cardstock. Okay. And the napkin. And I printed on that and I colored them. So many ideas that you can do with these, friends. The sky's the limit. Okay. I did not do anything with this and I wanted to leave this blank, but I will not be peeling these off. I want to use these for projects. I have so many awesome ideas I want to share with you. I'm sitting here. I'm sorry I can't show this to you. I mean, I have literally many, many things in my lap. I just can't pull them all in. They're just literally a lot. So I have a box here. Let me see if I can't pull these here. I even tried paper bag. Yes. So don't be discouraged or don't be intimidated to try new things and be able to use what you got. I'm moving some of these out of the way, okay? And just take what you have and make something beautiful with it. Don't think that that is the end all be all what you could use with these. Even this right here. I ran out of inkjet out of the cyan. It won't finish printing, but this little piece, I can use this as I did with this, right? Use what you got, friends. Use what you got. Thank you for hanging in with me. I hope you enjoyed this process of learning sublimation, and it doesn't always have to be on certain things. Most people don't realize that substrates, paper, um, tissue paper, napkin, all kinds of things have some type of plastic in them. And that's what polyester is plastic. Okay? Use what you got. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share with your friends if you feel like that would enjoy um, crafts like these. Please share it with them. Go to the website. Make sure you subscribe for the newsletter so you can get notified first. All my news, all the my sub, I can't talk. My subscribers will get notified first when the storefront launches. So make sure you do that. Thank you for joining me. Until the next crafting video. Bye for now.